In a top 10 clash that doesn't disappoint, USC hands Maryland first loss. No 4 Trojans pull rank, hold off no. 8 Terps, 79-74, as stars Juju Watkins and Kiki Iriafen score 21 points apiece. Juju Watkins hung in the air, caught by Cheyenne Sellers' fake near the baseline. The USC star bit, the Xfinity Center crowd gasped, and the Maryland senior easily stepped through and connected with a floater. The sequence was a snapshot from a memorable duel between surefire WNBA first-round draft picks Wednesday. They went back and forth all night before 14,735 in College Park. Watkins, considered perhaps the best player in the college game and a threat to break Caitlin Clark's scoring record by the time she leaves USC, would have the last word, delivering a jumper from the elbow that set the No. 4 Trojans off on one final push for a 79-74 victory. The loss was No. 8 Maryland's first, dropping the Terrapins to 14-1 overall and 4-1 in the Big Ten. USC improved to 15-1 and 5-0. A lot of teams would have folded, Maryland coach Brenda Frese said. USC is so strong, they're so fast and so athletic. And then they have the best player in the country and on their team. I love the fight in this team. They fought for the entire 40 minutes. And you know what? We'll learn a lot of lessons from it. Sellers led Maryland with 26 points. Christina Dowse was a menace around the rim with 15 points and 12 rebounds. Kayleen Smykel overcame a slow first half to finish with 16 points. Sailor Poffenbarger snatched a season-high 17 rebounds, but she was held scoreless after accounting for Maryland's first 5 points. Watkins paced USC with 21 points and 9 rebounds before fouling out late. Kiki Iriafen, a likely top pick in this year's WNBA draft, added 21 points and 7 rebounds. Kennedy Smith had 11 points, and Kayla Heckel was the X-factor off the bench with 10 points, carrying the Trojans through a slow start for their stars. We just kind of have this unwavering confidence in ourselves, Watkins said. A lot of it comes from the games we've already been through and the tough moments in those big games. So I think that we had a lot of confidence in ourselves and what we work on every day, and it was just a matter of coming together and closing the game out. A 10-3 start to the fourth quarter gave Maryland a 68-61 lead, but USC ripped off 7 straight points to knot the score at 68. Then Watkins and Sellers began taking turns knocking down big shots. The Trojans used an 11-4 run to close the game, including a bullying layup from Iriafen, plus a foul for a 3-point play and a 75-72 advantage that they never relinquished. They started doing a good job of punching it into Kiki, Sellers said. We kind of got sealed too deep and got buried, and I think we had a few empty possessions towards the end. And in a top 10 matchup, you can't have back-to-back empty possessions. So I think that kind of hurt us down the stretch. You either win or you learn. USC led 35-34 at halftime after rallying from a 9-point first-quarter deficit. The Terps punched first by opening a 7-1 lead and pushing that to 16-7 after a 3-point play by Sellers and a fadeaway by Brian McDaniel. USC looked uncomfortable, they were turning the ball over, and Watkins and Iriafen picked up 2 fouls apiece. But USC closed the quarter on a 13-4 run to cut Maryland's lead to 20-18 after the first quarter. The momentum shifted in the second quarter as Maryland lost its touch and shot just 27.8% from the field as USC kept pushing. Watkins and Iriafen were a combined 3 for 9 in the first quarter, but a hot shooting Heckel kept the Terps from extending their lead. In the second, Watkins and Iriafen combined to score 13 of USC's 17 points and lead an 11-2 run. Maryland closed the half with 6 straight points, including a crucial pull-up 3-pointer by Sarah T. Biastu. Maryland now hits the road to face Wisconsin on Saturday. A lot of things kind of didn't go our way tonight, USC coach Lindsay Gottlieb said. But every time we show up with these 2 young women here, Watkins and Iriafen, we know we've got the best duo in the country. The other teams are going to make things hard for them. They were both in foul trouble, and I thought they led us. They had composure. They made plays they're supposed to make and also empowered their teammates to do what they did to help us get this win. This was the first East Coast road trip for the Trojans as a member of the Big Ten. They practiced at Princeton before posting a 50-point win at Rutgers. They got to experience a winter storm that dumped nearly a foot of snow on some parts of the region. So they had a snowball fight, of course, before doing some DC sightseeing. We've been on the East Coast now for, 4 days, it's freezing, Watkins said. It took a lot of mental and emotional and physical durability. I never really visit the East Coast and Midwest often, so this is cool to see different places.